hey, yeah. Whoa, oh, oh. We are back and we are black. Hey. I just want to dedicate something to my women out there. I just want you to know our love grows, and I want you to know I need you tonight, bitch. I just thought I'd give you a little taste of my album coming out, and that album's name it's gonna be called Bitch, Where Was You When I Needed You? And the first song on that album is Bitch, I Thought I Told You to Have That Money. This is the No I Don't Know TV series. Hey man, I thought I'd hit you up real quick with something off the dome, just working on some shit. Shout out to Nuke, I swear on my mom, she was making it here, but she has some stuff that she really did have to attend to, so I just thought I'd hit y'all with that. But anyway, hey man, what is going on? What is going on? Let me turn that clown ass shit down. But anyway, hey man, I am here. Another clown ass day at the Court Plantation. We already know how it is. I know all you niggas buck dancing and all that shit. We all have to do it. Unless you work for yourself, then that's just the way it is. Govern ourselves accordingly. That's how you need to be thinking of shit when you think of clown ass Court Plantation. But anyway, hey man, I'm just thinking about some things today. And the thing that I want to get on real quick is we just going to get right into it. Cheating is winning in this society. And you like, man, what you mean, man? Nah, man, let me tell you something. Cheating is winning. And I think that's something that the melanated community needs to understand. Like, man, what you mean, Warren? Look, man, you're not winning if you're not cheating. And what I mean by that is, by any means necessary, why don't you let's ask Lori Loughlin, the goddamn Full House bitch. Let's ask Felicity Hoffman. Let's ask DEVINSLOAN, an executive out of California. We can ask Stephen, was it Semprevivo or whatever his name is, Semprevivo or whatever his name is. These are executives that were cheating to get their kids in college. And while they're cheating, the dominant society is cheating. Melanated people are getting student loans and having their parents borrow on their 401k and borrow on their house and taking second and thirds on their home just to send them to LA City College, just to send them to LA Trade Tech, or to send them to Cheyenne Community College or West Charleston Community College, or to send them to Chaffey College or Chico State, or these chicken shit colleges, while the dominant society is cheating. What does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen? This has been going on since the beginning of the 400-year slavery stint of the inception of the United States of America Incorporated. So I don't understand why everybody that is melanated, they pat themselves on the back. You know, just watching people, even, I was talking to some people and I was talking to my family about it. You look at Issa Rae, it's so funny how this, us Nigerians, right. Well, why don't y'all take y'all Nigerian black asses and go the fuck back to Nigeria? That's the shit that I don't like. Either you are melanated with us or you're going to be segregated. And because it's so funny, when it comes time to get in front of the white folks, the dominant society, we're Nigerian. You know what I mean? It's all this other shit. And it's like, this is what I don't get. When are my melanated brothers and sisters going to know that that education only is validated with them? And it really isn't even validated in their community, because you have no status to them. Because you run no planes, no boats, no ships. You don't have any control over ports, the seas, none of that. So it's like, I don't understand why we look to, oh man, they college educated. Right. So while you are $300,000 in debt, going to school, racking up all this type of student loan bullshit, Felicity Huffman, Lori Loughlin, aka Aunt Becky, and the rest of these motherfucking white people are cheating and putting their kids in college the old school way, paying a whole bunch of money to put them in college. So it's so funny to see how our society, we feel like, no, you do it the straight, narrow way. Man, please. Everybody needs to go watch Game of Thrones. You need to know what the social game rules are. See, you don't want to just be like Littlefingers, because Littlefingers was cutthroat. Excuse me. And he was diabolical, and it got him killed in the end. But if you're like the Lannisters, Tyrion, or whatever his name is, Tyrion, whatever his name is, the midget Lannister, the hand of the king, he was the nigga that lasted at the end, or Sansa, or Ariel Stark, Arya Stark, or whatever her name is. Those are the people you need to kind of like liken yourself after. Or Jon Snow, those are the people that have passion and things about it, but want to do things honorably. But you have to understand, you need to know the social game rules. And there's two sets of rules. There's the dominant society rules, and then there's the melanated rules. Melanated feel like you do things in decency and honor, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you get the short end of the stick, don't be looking like, why am I losing? Well, you're losing because we're behind the line. We're 400 years behind the line. And nobody wants to educate themselves. I was watching, I watch a bunch of podcasts because, that's where I draw my inspiration from. And we got on the subject of Jadena, and I didn't really like what he said either. Because it's so funny how we take a butter biscuit and a bucket of fries from Popeye's Chicken just to side with the LGBTQ community. And I'm tired of that. And the reason why I'm tired of that is because that's what they want. They want us to steer far away as possible from the melanated community and stay with the dominant society in what they preach and what they teach. You like, man, what you mean, Warren? I'll tell you why. They want melanated people to argue about the LGBTQ and who's gay and who's not gay and why we shaming Malik Yoba and all these bullshit. Man, look, let me tell you something. There's racism within that community. I know it is. Because, for instance, where was the LGBTQ XYZ LMNOP community at when Mike Brown got killed? When Philando Castile got shot, murdered, when Alton Sterling got killed, when Trayvon Martin got killed, where were all these groups at? Those are broad and ambiguous terms like Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us. And it's true, because now that I watch it, that's why it's so easy to do a benign neglect to deaf, dumb, and blind people, because for one, we have no knowledge of self. And yes, I did. I just got my Supreme Wisdom Teachings by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I got my Supreme Mathematic Teachings by Clarence 13X, if I'm not mistaken. I got those books. It's a yellow book and a red book. Yes, I got them from Amazon. So shout out to all my God bodies, Nations of God and Earth, 5%ers. Shout out to them. Those teachers, man, very, very remarkable. I'm going to be diving into those. But we got to have knowledge of self before we go anywhere else. Know who you are. So when you're listening to, our poor righteous teachers, or you're listening to the people that are the leaders in our society, you can understand where they're coming from. See, that's why it's hard for people to listen to Dr. Claude Anderson, because they like, damn, a lot of the shit he's saying is going over their heads, because a lot of people don't want to take the time out to read. That's why. I think when we take the time to read and we assess what's going on, I think that we will do more as a collective if we have the history. We know what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, we should be talking about and focusing on. A lot of it has to do with lack of education and lack of self-awareness, I would say. Because to see how the dominant society has been cheating for 400 years, that's why we have to understand when we get on these corporate plantations in corporate America, all of us has to stop and observe and listen, slow to speak and eager to hear, and know that it's not personal. This is business. That's one. And two, we got to understand this. Stop taking your emotions into the boardrooms when it's time to handle business, because this is business at the end of the day. And if you learn how to handle business on the corporate plantation, you know how to conduct business when you're trying to start your own business and be an entrepreneur. I think once we master that too, we'll be able to move forward. And we got to understand that the crabs in the barrel mentality, it's real. And I didn't personally, I like the interview with Rakim Allah on the Breakfast Club. Very, very good interview. I watched the dinners. Once he started, to me, just caping for another society, I get tired of that shit, man. That shit's, I feel like niggas do that to sell records. I feel like I love Janelle Monáe, and we can talk about it if I ever meet. But I just feel like sometimes we are opportunistic. And I think we capitalize on certain things, and I understand why. I get it. No trip. I understand, because you got to feed your family, and maybe that's how you feel. But sometimes I feel like we go overboard for other communities, and then we look at our community, and we become lackluster. And a lot of it is because we watch ugly motherfuckers like Tamar Braxton with her bald-headed ass looking like a man on TV. Sorry, no diss. I'm a Toni Braxton fan. I like Toni Braxton. But Tamar, that's an ugly bitch right now. And I'm talking about inside and out. Her attitude is terrible. And I think a lot of our society, that's what we're striving to be like. Materialistic driven. No substance on the inside. And just want to tear each other down. When you can get on TV and destroy your family the way I've watched the Braxtons be destroyed, that is letting me know that there is lack of substance, and the way they've been socialized is terrible. That's terrible. Nobody has stepped in, because those are the type of divisive things that are the roadblocks that puts us behind the line. As a nation, as a society, and as a people. This is my, you got to start looking at the things behind the damn curtain. When you see a person acting a certain way on the corporate plantation, or once the cameras turn on, they start acting a certain way, you have to understand, like, oh, I get it. That's why when you look at love and hip hop and all of these false narratives that are being portrayed in front of us, it's like, ooh, you can't believe everything. I watch all this shit, man. That's why I'm like, man, if you're not cheating, you're not winning. That's exactly what's going on. Just these white people got caught. That's why Lori Loughlin, and now they trying to play damsel in distress, and this bitch, all you got to spend is 14 days in the pen? Man, please. These are things that we got to understand. This is just my personal perspective. I think a lot of the time, we spend a lot of time fighting each other and doing things that are not respectable, and I would say not godlike. And I don't know what. I'm not talking about godlike like Pau Gasol, Cesare Borgia. I'm talking about godlike within us. That's why you always hear me talking about generational wealth, and I'm a proponent of that. That is my pet peeve when I watch a melanated community not to have generational wealth within families. You're basically leaving despair. When you have generational wealth, if you don't do things the right way, yeah, families are going to argue over it. But if you put it all out on the table and let it be known, this is the decisions that I made, and you mentor the children that's coming behind you so they know how to handle this generational wealth. A lot of us don't do that. And then we build these empires, and then you look back and you don't know what's going on, and then you like, fuck, I don't even know what to do now. And that's a lot of the reasons, because each one is not teaching one. It's lack of education. It's lack of being passionate about your society and your community. That's what it is. Everybody has their own take on reparations. I'm not here to fight anyone. I'm not in here to explain the law and what. Look, man, that's a whole nother podcast. But what I'm here to do is bring awareness to what we need to be looking at right now, and that's cheating. Everything is based off cheating. You think Jeff Bezos started off like melanated people? Please, Jeff Bezos, his parents gave him $350,000 in the 80s. We don't know that. Bill Gates, they got the shit on Netflix right now. And it explained a little bit about his mom. His mom was on all these different boards and moving and shaking. Bill Gates didn't grow up in no poverty-stricken home. So he was able to do a lot of the things they do. See, they trying to put this, I'm not saying Bill Gates isn't brilliant, but what they do is they frame this picture as if, look, he's a genius. Let me tell you who's a genius. To me, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Clarence 13X, if I'm not mistaken. God body. Nations of God and Earth. Those are geniuses to me. Those are geniuses to me. Granville T. Woods. Just all the people that invented the stoplight and Benjamin Banneker. Those are geniuses to me. They shaped our reality that we're in now. All Bill Gates did was profit off of it. Because let me tell you something. It isn't like Microsoft, the computer, doesn't have a dominant monopoly over everything. You can't even turn on the computer. We only have two options. We have Apple, Mac, and we have Microsoft. There is no third. There is no computer setting that can function without Windows. And even if it does function without Windows, it doesn't get sold anywhere. And it's probably for gaming. But these are just things that I feel like we got to be a part of and start knowing and changing the narrative and controlling the narrative. Being the author of your narrative. Learn how to go on that corporate plantation. And when I mean corporate plantation, oh, yeah, white people are part of it too. We're all slaves. Watch The Matrix. You are a slave. Whether you like it or not. But I'm telling you right now, you got to understand it's a mind frame. And your mind is powerful. And if you have goals, dreams, ambitions outside of that, dream big. I know I have. Do it in moderation. Get around people. Magnetize the type of people that you need in your life, man. Stop bullshitting, fucking around. Mean what you say and say what you mean. I'm one. I don't like that. I don't like people. Hey, man, if you want to meet, we gonna meet. We gonna discuss real shit. We gonna discuss real shit. That's why I got love for Nuke. Because when Nuke can't make it or something, she always let me know that she's busy, she got things going on. And that's a fact. Because there's a lot of things that could be done out here. We should have our own satellite radio station out here in Las Vegas. We need to be hollering at niggas like Mike P and my boy DJ D Money and get his ass off of 92.3 and have investors invest in the satellite radio station out here where you can say what you want and you can talk what you want and you can make decent money doing it. That's a fact, man. These are things that we need to start putting out there into the atmosphere. Because if you're not cheating, you're not winning, according to society. The dominant society, they've already let us know that they've cheated. They've had a 400-year head start. Now, everybody doesn't believe in that. That's fine. But I'm not here to discuss everybody else's belief system. We are taking a ride down Warren's lane. And I'm going to tell you my perspective, because it's all about perspectives, as Dame Dash teaches us. And it's like, give people credit, man, where credit is due. And I'm talking about melanated people specifically. You know, everybody got mad at Fat Joe because he said that all music comes from Africa. Now, watch a lot of Latinos get pissed off and be all feeling some type of way. And that's why I like Fat Joe. Because Fat Joe's Puerto Rican, say nigga, and is around niggas and conduct himself like melanated people. And that's what I like about Fat Joe. And that's why, and I feel like more Latinos need to come out and start speaking that. And stop acting like they so different from melanated brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? So it's like, I see these things and I'm like, man, if you're not cheating, you're not winning. You got the Full House bride running around here trying to duck and dodge the law. Felicity Huffman, she got to do 14 days, so she all stressed out. She probably not going to eat the whole time with her ugly ass and act like, oh, woe is me, I got to do 14 days in the prison. You was cheating. That's why you're doing it. You should have did 14 months to 2 years. But that's okay. She'll get more roles than ever in Hollywood because Hollywood was invented by the Jewish community. So we got to understand that. We need to create our own community. It's time for us to see Master P and others like Tyler Perry and Dame Dash. They need to sit down and come together. But everybody, it's always alpha. That alpha male kicks in, and then it's about and I get it. That's why I was in a rap group, and it broke up. Too much ego. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna just keep it 100. It wasn't even me. I put my ego to the side a lot of the time. And I put my ego to the side a lot of time for niggas that wasn't even talented like me. So I know it is. Some people, they want the gift and they want that talent, but they don't want to work hard at it. And I've learned that too. And that's things that we, when we're talented, we got to know how to work hard at our craft, study, perfect it, and get around people that's like-minded. There's people that I got to holler at as well and sit down and chop it up. I tried before, I'm going to try again. And then there's people that sometimes there's no recourse. You just got to move forward. But stop wasting each other's time. Love and live life and understand this. The dominant society is cheating every day. Even the ones that smile and grin with you and all up in your face showing all their teeth, that doesn't mean that they are on your page or they're going to do things equally. I've been around it. I've observed it. I've watched it. I've ascertained that type of fuckery that goes on everywhere. This is a hustle. Everybody's hustling everybody. In families, and that's what I try to stand on that, even in family. Look, man, I'm not going to be trying to gut my family like fish just to get some money. Because why? For what? You think about it. Because if you're doing that, you're going to be doing that your whole life. You're going to be little fingers. Go watch Game of Thrones. Because just go watch. I'm not going to tell you. Go watch Game of Thrones and see what happens to little fingers. And you'll see there's too many little fingers out here and not enough Jon Snows that just are passionate about it and handle business and do things with honor and respect and don't be an habitual line crosser. There's a lot of people that just fuck it. They see the line, but we got to start drawing the line with each other so we can respect each other's boundaries too. Just because a person cool with you and laughing and joke with you, that don't mean you can just step all over him and be like, oh, fuck that nigga, he ain't gonna do shit. We got to stop doing that. Us. And if somebody has a little bit more knowledge than you, stop being so goddamn intimidated by that. You know what I mean? But the people that do have the knowledge, stop being, man, it's a good book. We melanated people, peacocks. We want to show our feathers. Look at me, look at me. Look at me. That's all we want to do, especially when it's females around. Oh my God, we love to go at each other and that art of sparring so the woman can choose up. But half you niggas is married and then trying to fuck all the bitches that's around you. And then be mad at another nigga because he's fucking with a bitch that's your side bitch. It's like we don't have a code of conduct. That's what I'm saying. We gotta establish a code of conduct. There has to be some unwritten rules that you know how to conduct yourselves around other men. And when women coming around, it shouldn't be niggas want to bag and roast each other and try to be egoic and egotistical around women to try to make other niggas look bad. Because I've been around situations like that. That shit is annoying to me, man. And it seems like we're the only ones that do that the majority of the time. If you read The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbro, he says poor people talk about cars and clothes and shoes. Middle class people talk about titles and degrees. And wealthy people talk about bank accounts. And that's a fact. So, You should start having conversations about stocks and bonds. And hey, man, you check out the stock. Man, I'm trying to, invest in a little bit of stock and all that. Don't let no nigga deter you from that. Niggas always want to vilify stock. Well, these white folks is winning because they're cheating. You know another reason why they're cheating? Because knowing stock and mutual funds and IRAs, that's become esoteric knowledge now. Niggas don't even, it's like speaking in hieroglyphic type shit when it comes to stock. Because we have this fear that, oh no, that's white people shit. No. Go get this book called The Prince of Darkness. The Untold Story of Jeremiah Hamilton. That's a very good book. He was the first black millionaire on the stock market. Facts. Go read it. That'll tell you all you need to know about what we are capable of doing on the stock market. And if you read The Wealth Choice by Dennis Kimbrough, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, it tells you about others who have dominated the stock market. Matter of fact, Keith Sweat was a stockbroker, if I'm not mistaken, and he was dominating that shit. That's why Keith Sweat is not broke. If he comes out with an album, that's because he wants to, not because he has to. Hey, man, I hope this has been fun. Listen to this shit, listen to my perspective. Hey, man, I just want to propose some thought in you. Because if I can provoke or invoke that I would say be the fire starter in your mind where you could be like, hey, man, I'm about to go vet this nigga out because this nigga be talking a bunch of bullshit, but he probably be on some bullshit. Let me go read the book for myself. Then I've done my job. That's why I'm on here. Hey, man, love, live life. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribe. I don't care if it's one person listening, 2, 3. Listen to it while you at work. This is the best time to listen to this. Hey, man, if you're out hanging with your side bitch, but you're supposed to be at home with your baby mama, and you in her car, and you on her phone playing, then hey, nigga, guilty, nigga. Get your ass home. I'm out. Peace.